This video essay analyzes Meghan Markle's behavior, arguing that her actions and public persona contribute significantly to negative public perception, rendering her complaints about negative media coverage unconvincing. The author, Angela, dissects various instances of Markle's behavior, suggesting a pattern of dishonesty, a need for control, and an obsession with projecting a specific image, often at the expense of authenticity. The introduction immediately establishes the central argument. Meghan Markle's behavior, rather than media bias, is the primary reason for public disapproval. The author preemptively addresses Markle's common defense, blaming the media by stating that the public's negative opinion is independent of media portrayals. The author sets the stage for a behavioral analysis, promising to examine specific instances of Markle's conduct across various public appearances. The author then provides a brief overview of Markle's recent activities, including the launch of her cooking show, her new podcast Confessions of a Female Founder, and an appearance on The Drew Barrymore Show. These events serve as case studies for the subsequent behavioral analysis. The author also includes a call to action, encouraging viewers to like, subscribe, and engage with the channel's social media platforms. A brief plug for a previous video analyzing Prince Harry's behavior is also included, establishing a thematic connection and inviting viewers to explore related content. A sponsored segment for the mobile game June's Journey is inserted. This segment, while unrelated to the main topic, provides a break in the analysis and serves as a source of revenue for the channel. The author describes the game's features and encourages viewers to download it, providing links and QR codes for easy access. The game's mystery-solving theme is subtly linked to the overall theme of uncovering hidden truths about Markle's behavior. The analysis resumes with a discussion of Markle's perceived dishonesty. The author contends that Markle's tendency to invent or embellish stories, often with excessive detail, undermines public trust. Examples of Markle's alleged fabrications are cited, including claims about her childhood upbringing and her past employment. The author connects this dishonesty to a possible narcissistic personality, referencing a previous video exploring the psychology of Meghan Markle. The author suggests that Markle's insecurity fuels her need to fabricate stories and project a flawless image. A specific example from Markle's appearance on The Drew Barrymore Show is analyzed. The author focuses on Markle's anecdote about leaving voice notes for her children while traveling, highlighting the excessive detail and the repeated mention of her children's ages. The author suggests that this anecdote is not only contrived but also serves as a self-promotional tool for Markle's brand. As ever, the author argues that this instance, among others, reveals Markle's tendency to manipulate narratives to enhance her public image. The author discusses Markle's alleged habit of inventing or exaggerating past employment experiences. The author cites instances where Markle has mentioned various jobs, including nanny, babysitter, coat check girl, and various food service positions, questioning the likelihood and consistency of these claims. The author suggests that this pattern of inventing past jobs reflects Markle's grandiosity and her need to create a narrative of self-made success. The author highlights Markle's own admission of being a fraud in a previous interview, using this as evidence to support the claim of dishonesty. Markle's alleged need for control is examined through the lens of her physical interactions, specifically her use of physical touch and body language. The author references the infamous claw, a term used to describe Markle's habit of using physical touch to manipulate people and situations. The author analyzes instances where Markle uses physical touch to direct others, suggesting a controlling and manipulative behavior. The author also discusses Markle's aggressive body language and her attempts to control the narrative in various public appearances. The author explores Markle's strained relationship with her family, particularly her father, Thomas Markle. The author suggests that Markle's treatment of her father stems from a desire to control the narrative and prevent the exposure of her lies. The author cites Thomas Markle's statements about Markle's lack of authenticity and her tendency to rehearse her public appearances. The author also highlights Thomas Markle Jr.'s statements about Markle's false claims of poverty, further emphasizing the pattern of dishonesty. The author concludes by summarizing Markle's obsession with perception and her repeated instances of being caught in lies. The author connects this obsession with a need for control and a desire to project a specific image, often at the expense of authenticity. The author highlights the irony of Markle's public persona, contrasting her claims of relatability with her privileged upbringing and her repeated instances of dishonesty. The author concludes with a call to action, encouraging viewers to share their opinions and engage with the content. The overall tone is critical and analytical, meticulously dissecting Markle's behavior and offering a comprehensive critique of her public image. The detailed analysis of specific instances and the use of visual aids create a persuasive argument, supporting the author's central claim that Markle's behavior is the primary reason for negative public perception.